guys, welcome to a very Agatha Christie themed video. We're going to be doing two different things today. First of all, I'm going to be announcing an Agatha Christie book club, and then after that I'm going to be tier ranking all the Agatha Christie books. We'll see how that goes. So first of all, I have decided that over on my Windy Populars tier over on Patreon, we're going to be doing an Agatha Christie book club because I still own a ton of her books that I want to get to, and I thought this would be a good way to do that. So we're going to be reading one book a month. I mean, this is totally optional. No one has to do this. And then I am going to be making a video on that book that I've read, either vlog style or trying to solve it style or just a chatty book club style after. I'm going to kind of play this by ear. I may also throughout the year put some trying to solve it videos here on YouTube as well. And then every 3 months over on Patreon, we're gonna get together over on Zoom to chat about the 3 books that we've done in the months prior. So if anyone wants to discuss some things, nitpick some things, take apart some things, overanalyze things, then we can do that there. So I'm just gonna kind of fly through the different books that I've decided that we're going to do. These are just books off of my shelves. A little bit of thought went into the order, but also not a whole lot. I thought we would start off with Cat Among the Pigeons for January because this has the word cat in it, and I have seen some covers where there is a cat on the title. So this one could be used for the Read Your Bookshelf challenge for January. Because it has a cat on some of the editions, even if the edition you don't read it from has it, it works. This is a Poirot story. And then we're going to be reading, this is like the best cover that I have, a Caribbean mystery. This is a Miss Marple. This is number 10 in the Miss Marple series. The order does not matter for Poirot or Miss Marple, just for the record. So if you haven't read like the first 9 books, not a big deal. Then we're going to be reading The Man in the Brown Suit. This is a Colonel Race mystery. I don't think I've ever read any of it. I don't really know anything about it, but I'm going to read this one and learn something probably. Then we have Secret of Chimneys. This one is a superintendent battle mystery. Once again, another character I don't think that I've ever been introduced to. So I think we're into April for this. In May, we're going to be reading The Big Four. This is a Poirot story. Then we've got Mr. Parker Pyne, Detective. This one has a different title as well. It's Parker Pyne Investigates is another title. That's the thing with Agatha Christie's books. So many of them have multiple titles. And I believe this is the first one in the Parker Pyne series. And then we're going to be reading Nemesis. My edition here has 2 books in it, but Nemesis is number 12 like in the Miss Marple series. And then we're going to do something different. We're going to read Death Comes as the End. And I wrote a note to myself that this is actually, I think it's like a historical mystery. So we're in Egypt in 2000 BC. Very different than her other stuff. So I think we're into September here. And I have 2 editions of this book. This is Destination Unknown. I love them both and also dislike them both. They're very strange. I'm very curious about this story. Then October we've got The Mysterious Mr. Quin. This I believe is book 1 in the Harley Quinn series. I've only read some short stories that have him in it, I think. In November, we're going to be reading They Came to Baghdad. Don't know anything about that one. And we're going to close things off in December reading Miss Marple's last case, which is Sleeping Murder. And yes, some of these have different titles, so in the description box, I will try to leave the title that I said as well as like the alternate title if I'm aware that it has one. Because there's some books where I will buy them and be like, oh, I haven't read this. And then I get it home and put it into Goodreads and I'm like, oh, I have read it, just under a different title. So that's what's happening for the book club. Now we're going to get into the tier ranking. I'm going to bring you over to my computer and I'm going to attempt to rank all the Agatha Christie books. Okay, so I have separated it into 5 different rankings. The bottom is This Book Shouldn't Exist. Then we've got Haven't Read It, or I have read it and I've forgotten about it, because there might be a few of those. Then we've got Meh, Not Worth Rereading. Kind of like, you know, you enjoy it in the moment, but not worth coming back to. Then we've got Favorite But Not As Much, which is a nod to Brian Regan, who gets quoted all the time in our house. And then we have the best of the best. These are like the top-notch ones that I could reread again and again, even though I'm not generally a rereader. So we're gonna get into this and see where things fall. I have a feeling I'm going to have forgotten about a lot of them, or forgotten like their titles and like what storyline goes with it. We'll see. Okay, well, we're starting off with The Mysterious Affair at Styles. Some of these I don't have in my Goodreads because there was like a portion of time where I didn't use Goodreads. I like did and then I didn't and then I do again. This one I clearly remember, and because it was at the beginning and I was just learning Agatha Christie, I don't know if that has tainted it. I think this might be the first Poirot book. I'm gonna put it down as Favorite But Not As Much because I actually would like to reread it. So there's that one. The next one that is up here is The Murder at the Vicarage. This was my first one that I did Patreon vlogging for. I vlogged, I think, 4 different spots and shared my thoughts as I went. This was before I even started trying to solve them on here, I think. So this one has a special place in my heart. So this is going down as the best of the best, although it is not one that I usually list to people. Okay, now the Sidiford Mystery, I just barely looked this one up because I own this, but in a different title. So I don't think I've read this one. I can't remember what the title is in the edition that I have, but I don't think I've read it. Peril at End House. This was my first attempt to solve an Agatha Christie on video, and for that reason I love it. I think it's the best of the best. I'm not sure if that has if that affected my rating at all. Lord Edgware Dies. This one I have not read yet. Murder on the Orient Express. This is one of all the popular ones I read kind of around the same time, and this is the point in time when I was not using Goodreads. I have read it. Goodreads doesn't think I have. This one was really interesting. I definitely think it is, like the best for a reason, or one of the best, one of the most well-known. Why didn't they ask Evans? Why didn't they? This is a Tommy and Tuppence one, I think. Oh, see, this is the problem. I think this was... we're gonna go Favorite But Not As Much because I think I did enjoy it, but now I don't remember much. I think it was a Tommy and Tuppence, which I really do like their series. I think their series is the only one that needs to be read in order, from what I know, and I loved most of it, except the ending. 3-Act Tragedy, I don't think I've read that one. Death in the Clouds, I know I haven't read. The ABC Murders, I have read, and I did enjoy it, but I did find it a little bit confusing. I'm going to put it down as not worth rereading. Murder in Mesopotamia, I have read this one. I didn't enjoy the setting of it. I don't know why. So I'll put it down as not worth rereading. The Secret Adversary, this is a Tommy and Tuppence. Every time I get confident about something, then I suddenly become unconfident, but I'm going to put that down as the best of the best. Cards on the Table, I have not read yet. Dumb Witness, this is another one that I own in a different title. I don't think I've read it. Death on the Nile, I read this one also in a video, and I can't remember what I rated it. I'm gonna put it down as Favorite But Not As Much. It's a good one, but not one of my all-time favorites. This next one is Appointment with Death, which I think also might have an alternate title, and I don't remember. So I'm gonna put that down as haven't read it or totally forget. Hercule Poirot's Christmas. This one was interesting. This one I think someone challenged her to write a very bloody story. And she did. And it's not really worth reading. It was just set at Christmas. And I mean, I guess it is a murder mystery, but not really what I would call a Christmas story. Murder is Easy is also under another title, and I haven't read that one either. And then there were none. That is definitely one of the best. I remember the ending of that book, but don't remember the steps. So I really do want to reread that one soon. Sad Cypress, I don't think I've read. 1, 2, Buckle My Shoe, I have read. And I'm gonna get this one mixed up because she's got a few that have like nursery rhyme titles. I don't remember this one that much, so it can't be so great. Evil Under the Sun, that one was good. I just read that one in this last year. The Murder on the Links. For some reason I always get this one mixed up with a different one. So we're gonna put it down as not worth rereading, although I think I might have enjoyed the reading experience at the time. N or M, this is another Tommy and Tuppence. Was this one an excellent one? I can't remember if it should go here or here. Maybe let's go favorite, but not as much. The Body in the Library is, I believe, a Miss Marple, but I did not find that one to be very good. Not worth rereading to me. 5 Little Pigs, I did not enjoy either. I'm gonna put it down as not worth rereading. I mean, it's worth the original read, but because the mystery in that book takes place so far in the past, I didn't really enjoy it. The Moving Finger was one of my first Agatha Christie, and it is a Miss Marple, and that's when I fell in love with Agatha Christie's writing, and Miss Marple is a character, so definitely has to go on as the best of the best. Towards Zero. See, I think this is the one that I always get confused with. No, Towards Zero I just read recently, didn't I? And I know I gave it 5 stars. I think I read it this year, but I don't remember anything about it. So I know it was kind of a favorite, but also don't remember anything. Let's put it down as meh then. Death Comes as the End, so that's one I haven't read yet. Sparkling Cyanide also has a different title name. Remember Death, I think. I haven't read that. The Hollow. Now this was my very first Agatha Christie read. I read this on the beach in Mexico, and I don't remember much about the story, but I'm putting it down as favorite, but not as much, because that is the book that got me going. And then I went on to read The Moving Finger on that same vacation, and I'm pretty sure, and then there were none. Like, it spiraled. Taken at the Flood, I haven't read. Crooked House. This is one of my favorites. I did a video trying to solve Crooked House. It was so good. Definitely the best of the best. Man in the Brown Suit, that's one I'm going to be reading this next year. A Murder is Announced is also another favorite. I can't remember if I did a video on that one. I have a whole Agatha Christie playlist because I have quite a few Agatha Christie related videos. I really liked that one. Right at the beginning of the book, in the newspaper, a murder is announced, and everybody shows up at the time and place because everybody's curious because it's a little village and a murder actually occurs. So I like that one. They Came to Baghdad, I haven't read. Mrs. McGinty's Dead. I think this one also has another title name, but I don't think I've read it. They Do It with Mirrors. Oh shoot, I have read this one, but I don't remember it much. I don't remember it enough. So put it there. After the Funeral, I have not read. A Pocket Full of Rye. This one I remember. I will put it down as not worth rereading though, because I didn't really enjoy it that much when I was reading it, oddly. Destination Unknown I'm going to read this year. Hickory Dickory Dock. So I have this written down, or like an edition called Hickory Dickory Dock. I also have an edition called Hickory Dickory Death because it changed. I'll put this one down as also not worth rereading. That being said, I actually probably would reread quite a few of these. Dead Man's Folly, I don't think I've read. 450 from Paddington, oh, that is a favorite for sure. We've got Miss Marple, and that's the one where the two trains, one train's going and another one lines up next to it for a bit, and then someone sees someone murdered in the few seconds it takes for the trains to be at the same spot. I enjoyed that one. Secret of Chimneys, I'm going to read this next year. Okay, Ordeal by Innocence. I know I've read it. I know I have this exact edition. I don't remember even what series it's in, so we'll put it there. Cat Among the Pigeons we're going to read soon. The Pale Horse. I actually found this one quite interesting. Let's put it down as favorite, but not as much. The Mirror Cracked from Side to Side, I guess I have read. I'm pretty sure I've read it, but I don't remember it. I totally should have a I forget everything about it category, so that's going there. The Clocks I have not read. A Caribbean Mystery I'm going to be reading. What's this one say? I can't read this cover. Oh, is this at Bertram's Hotel? Is that what that one is? This one I read a long time ago, so we'll put it down as meh. Third Girl, I don't think I've read yet. Endless Night, here we go. This category was made for this book, except, no wait, not this one. This is a different one. Endless Night I liked. It is a favorite, but it's not a mystery necessarily. What is the one I'm thinking of? Oh, it's coming up. It's coming up. Okay. This book shouldn't exist category is made for a specific book. By the Pricking of My Thumbs. This is another Tommy and Tuppence one. I don't remember where it is in the series. That is a weird cover. Wow. My edition is not like that. We'll put that one there. The Murder of Roger Ackroyd was always a favorite of mine. Let's see if I can move them in here. That was my absolute favorite for a long time. Crooked House might have bumped it out. I don't know, there's a lot of good ones there. Halloween Party. In this one, not one of my favorites. We did just watch the movie that this is based off of. Oh, it's so bad. I don't know how they say it's based off of that book. Okay, here we go. Now here it is. Passenger to Frankfurt. That goes on. This book shouldn't exist. I think it is a political, it's supposed to be like a political thriller without being very thrilling at all. No, it was not good. Nemesis I have not read. Elephants Can Remember. I think this one has another title as well, but I don't know what it is, so I'm gonna put it down as I haven't read it. Postern of Fate. Now this is a Tommy and Tuppence, I'm pretty sure. I know there was like the last one of theirs was really terrible. Like they obviously just pushed it out because of her name. I think it was this one. Sleeping Murder I'm gonna read next year. Curtain, which is Perrault's last case. I actually did quite like that one. The Big Four I'm gonna read soon. Mystery of the Blue Train actually could go on. This book shouldn't exist as well, but I really didn't like that one. The Seven Sundials mystery. Is this the one that's also called The Clocks? Because I'm pretty sure I haven't read it. So there we go. There is my tier ranking of the Agatha Christie books. A lot of them I don't remember, which is why I like to space them out and read like maximum one a month. And it definitely did help in the seasons where I was doing videos on them, because then I can remember them a little better, especially the ones that are like have more unique endings. I'd be curious to hear if there's like some that I put in certain spots that you totally disagree with. What are some of your favorite Agatha Christie's? I would love to hear it. I will be back again tomorrow with another video.